Formula One has two drivers aged over 40 and several over 35. But who will be the next to call it a day in the pinnacle of motorsport? With Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez making surprise comebacks with the new Cadillac team for 2026, attention turns to which active Formula One driver might be next to call time on their career. Fernando Alonso presents the most compelling case at 44 years old. The Aston Martin driver has openly stated that 2026 could be his final season, contingent on the team's competitiveness under new regulations. With the arrival of Honda and with Adrian Newey as Aston Martin's team principal, this year could be Alonso's strongest since 2023. The decision for the Spaniard would be whether he wants to exit on a high or continue pushing to get the British outfit to the top. Lewis Hamilton, despite a torrid 2025 at Ferrari, stressed that he would not walk away and would race in 2026. However, at 41, time is against the seven-time world champion. The dream to claim an eighth title remains as present as ever for Hamilton, but the bigger question is how much longer he is prepared to hang around for. Nico Hülkenberg enjoyed a career-defining 2025, finally achieving his maiden podium at Silverstone, age 38. His move to Audi for 2026 suggests he's far from finished, though time naturally works against him. Max Verstappen, at just 28, cannot also be ruled out, given his intention to race in endurance categories before his prime years expire. Betfair has priced Hamilton at 4-5 to step away during the 2026 season, with bookmakers significantly less convinced he will continue beyond the next regulation cycle. The odds for Hamilton racing on into 2027 stand at 5-1, while retirement from 2028 onwards is priced at 8-1, placing clear emphasis on 2026 as the most likely endpoint. The market lands after a season in which Hamilton's form has been under sustained scrutiny. As reported throughout 2025, the seven-time world champion has struggled to consistently extract performance, with recurring qualifying deficits, compromised race pace, and a widening competitive gap becoming defining features of the year rather than anomalies. Hamilton's 2025 season has repeatedly about competitiveness and momentum. Weekends that once yielded automatic front-row starts and podium contention have instead been characterized by recovery drives, strategic damage limitation, and an inability to impose himself at the sharp end of the field. Those themes have already framed much of the reporting around Hamilton this season, with the emphasis shifting from isolated poor results to a broader pattern of underperformance relative to expectations. While racecraft and experience have remained evident, the consistency that underpinned his championship years has not. With Formula One heading into a full technical reset in 2026, the timing of Betfair's pricing is significant. New power units and chassis regulations will demand wholesale adaptation, and after a season spent fighting fundamental limitations, the prospect of starting again has increasingly been viewed as a decisive career crossroads. Betfair spokesperson Sam Rosbottom said, "Lewis Hamilton is odds-on to retire before the end of the year, with the F1 icon 5-1 to race for one more year." The odds reflect a narrative already established across 2025 reporting. A driver confronting not just a challenging season, but the reality that the next chapter of Formula One may demand more than Hamilton is motivated to give. Starting by beating teammate Charles Leclerc in the other red car more regularly than not, in qualifying and races, Lewis Hamilton's future will largely depend on how competitive Ferrari proves to be under the new technical regulations. If the SF26 turns out to be a genuine championship contending car, the situation could change very quickly. On the other hand, another season similar to the one that has just concluded could push the former Mercedes driver to finally say goodbye to the Formula One paddock. For veteran champions and new teams alike, the upcoming championship represents more than just a new set of rules. It is a definitive make-or-break moment that will likely shape the legacy of the grid's biggest stars and define the competitive hierarchy for years to come. Drop a comment and let me know. Finally throw down? You need to hit that subscribe button right now.